Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. And for those of you who are new, my name is Fraser Almeida. I'm a professional photographer based here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I specialize in luxury real estate, architecture, and interior design. So a while back, I was invited to be a guest on Reed Fish's Upmarket podcast, and I pretty much talked about that mindset shift that happens when shooting luxury real estate versus, core real estate, dealing with these type of clients and their clientele. It's that different lifestyle versus just, a shelter home. And we have to make sure that when we deliver these marketing materials, that our photos reflect that lifestyle so that they can sell these projects, these homes to their potential buyers out there. And besides that, we're also talking about, just the photography itself, video, pricing, team building, marketing, all that good stuff, social media, everything involved in regards to, what it took to build my company up to today and how I'm running it as it is right now. Even though this is, I think about a year ago we did this interview, a lot of this I'm still applying today. Upmarket was kind enough to let me share this video with you all, so I hope you guys all enjoy it. So sit back, enjoy, whether you're watching it on TV, you're editing on a computer, or listening in your car. I think there's lots of nuggets in here that you guys can apply to your own business moving forward.
It's none other than Fraser Almeida of Luxury Homes Photography. Fraser, you're known because you're doing these workshops every year with Wayne Capilli and Tony Colangelo, and it's really focused on luxury. So, can you tell me, kind of just in a nutshell, what is the difference between luxury and regular real estate photography? Is it the compositions, or is it the fact that you're just shooting really high value homes?
Well, I ask this a lot to my clients and get their take on it as well. And I think it's true. Most of the time with, core real estate, it's just documentation. You're going in there, grabbing the rooms, you're in and out of there quick. You're not really focused on capturing moments or lifestyle or things like that, details, finishings. Luxury, it's a whole nother ballgame. People are into these markets because they want that lifestyle. They want that $1 million view. They want that those marble finishes or whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with that, you have to be the photographer that can recognize those things and capture that for your client. You can't just go in there into a luxury home with the mindset of a core real estate photographer thinking you're going to get the job done, but you're not, because especially with the luxury agents, they're training themselves to be aware of the photos that actually work to help sell their listing. So my clients are asking me, like, what, find those moments, give me the tighter shots, give me the
Mm-hmm.
the shots that let me feel like I could be in there, so they can care less about wide angle. They want tight, in the
Mm-hmm.
moment, feeling those spaces, capturing that lifestyle. That's what they're looking for. So that workshop that
Mm-hmm.
you're mentioning that we're doing really focuses on how do you distinguish from luxury and core, and how do you develop those skills so that when you do get that job, you're ready for it and you're not just going to come in there with the mindset of shooting core real estate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, almost I would think of it as like you're kind of shooting in more of an editorial style.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
then,
don't get me wrong, there's still moments where you do got to get the regular spaces, and it is what it is. But you got to always have in the back of your head, okay, now that I shot this regular space, how do I take it to the next level and get something else that maybe somebody else wouldn't see if they're just coming here with a core mindset. So we're always pushing ourselves to take a basic living room, but then let's find that moment where we can capture that couch and live in a fireplace, along with the coffee table, whatever, and create a moment there, right? Instead of
mm-hmm.
just shooting that whole space as
Right.
one
So
thing.
creating a moment. Well, and then does that extend to the editing? Do you edit them in a slightly different style than the core real estate? Because most of us, right, who have scaled a business and have multiple shooters or even solo shooters, and most of us are outsourcing editing at this point. And so, can you outsource this kind of editing, or do you recommend that, or do you not, or what's the difference between like the core real estate and then the luxury editing?
Yeah, I mean, you can outsource it, but what I would recommend is you need to find the right editor for you. You can't find an editor, and this goes whether you're doing core real estate. You need to find an editor that can work with your style to distinguish from everybody else. Because if 10 core real estate photographers or 10 luxury real estate photographers are using the same type of editor, doesn't matter, you're going to get the same look. So how do we separate that? We got to find someone that can, customize that edit to our needs, so that way we can establish a brand for ourselves, for our clients. So my edits are usually done by myself for my core luxury clients, because they want that certain look. They want that directionality. They want those shadows. They want that. I know exactly what it is. I know what makes my images the way to make it look that way, and
Mm-hmm.
why my clients like it. So I don't mind, because core. I mean, sorry, luxury is a higher price point. That
Mm-hmm.
also justifies me spending the time to edit these photos by myself. Now, if you're going to outsource that, that's fine, but you have to do the research and find the editor who can take your stuff and make it customized to the way you want. Meaning, if you tell them, "Hey, I don't want a flat lit scene. I want directionality," they should know how to curate that for you.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes some time. Like don't just think you're gonna just. I know there's editors out there every day. You probably get emails
Yep.
every day as well. But don't just go on the first one. Like what I tell people is, get like 5 images, right, of, let's say, a living room scene, maybe a high contrast scene. Get your brackets, get your flash, send them to 5 different editors, right, and don't ask them to do anything. Just let them do it on their own.
Mm-hmm.
After that, get that back and see which one looks closest to something that you like. Then from there, ask them to take revisions and see who can take your critiques and actually make it happen, and then narrow it down to the ones who actually can do that. Because I'd rather work with somebody who takes critiques and can and make
Mm-hmm.
it happen, than somebody who is set in their ways and they won't ever budge,
Right. Well, if that brings up a thing when you're mentioning the price point, right? So, what kind of like are you marketing? Are you marketing yourself as only luxury, or are you doing core as well? And then, if
Mhm.
so, how do you differentiate between those products, and how do you differentiate between that pricing to people?
For me, it's based on quality. So my tiers on my website are basic, premium, and luxury. So I've had plenty of core basic homes that I've shot for my clients, but that's what my basic package is. My clients know the quality of it isn't as a premium shoot, which a premium shoot
Hmm.
is like, perfect window views, a little more attention to color cast, directionality, all that kind of stuff. My basic package literally is like the quickest edit you can do, but still really good compositions, right?
Hmm.
So I can shoot a basic shoot, let's say a 2,500 square foot home, in less than 30 minutes. I'm
Hmm.
in and out of there. And then I deliver that almost the same day, because the edit is so fast, and they don't care about window views. They just need
Hmm.
good documentation of the spaces. So I still have plenty of my clients who do regular homes, and even some of my luxury clients who do um, normal basic homes. They may send me out for a basic, which is very rare. The minimum they'll do is the premium shoot. And then, like, for the really high end top tier, like, this has got to be 100% color accurate. It's got to be, the exposure needs to look good. Then we'll go to the luxury package, which is, lighting, all the
Hmm.
professional equipment, all the gear to make it happen.
Right. So when you're doing your basic package, you're just doing straight HDR, or are you still lighting?
Oh yeah, HDR. No, oh
Yeah.
yeah, basic is just pure. When I say HDR, I mean brackets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meaning,
Of course.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
not I'm not doing like photomatics. I'm just
Yeah.
bracketing
Yeah.
and then manually editing those photos. Yeah.
Yeah, right, right, right. Yeah, brackets. I guess that's a better way to put it. And then for premium, are you still doing brackets, or now bringing in
It's
lights?
so premium is brackets with flash, but it depends on the space, because in many homes you don't need to flash every single thing. Whereas the luxury one, I will flash everything because they want that
Hmm.
accuracy. The premium, if I walk into a bathroom and I'm like, there's no need for flash here, I'm not going to use it. If I walk into any space and the light is good, I'm going to shoot it just with the brackets and edit it. The difference between the basic and the premium for me is the quality of the edit. I'm spending a lot more time,
Hmm.
pulling in the windows, removing cast, fixing any kind of issues and whatnot. Whereas the basic, it's kind of like in and out. I'm
Hmm.
quick, and my
And so,
clients,
yeah,
yeah, they like that. Like
of
they're
course.
happy with it.
And you're still editing those yourself. You're not outsourcing that editing.
Right. There's times where if I'm overloaded with stuff, I have qualified certain editors that I will send my stuff out to and have them do it. But typically, the high end luxury, I never send that out. It's always
Hmm.
me. I always edit it, and I enjoy it. I actually love the editing part.
Right.
Little bit of background about me. I went to college for graphic design, multimedia, and animation. So I've always had this artistic side to me. So if I can be in front of a computer editing, that's like my bread and butter. I love that. I love creating and building. So but if I don't have the time, yeah, I have vetted some editors that I can send
Right.
my stuff out to that they can do it.
Well, and so okay, so and you're just a one person operation. It sounds like you
No,
the
I do have a team. So
you
they
do
shoot.
okay.
Yeah, my team knows how to edit as well. So they, as far as for them, it's pretty much if you want to get paid more, you edit it yourself. If you want to get paid a little bit less, then we send it out to the editor, right?
Hmm.
But I train them because the thing is, like, if you send your stuff out to the editor and that's all you've done all your life, what happens when you get a job and your client's like, hey, I need to go to magazine and print like in the next couple hours, you get
Hmm.
that edit back, you deliver to them, like, hey, I need you to do this change. What are you going to do? Send it out to an editor, wait 24 hours to get it back, and then
Yeah.
deliver? You can't do that. So you have to build that skill set. So my team, even though they have the option for it, they know how to edit from scratch every single photo that gets shot.
Hmm. And so so I imagine if you and are you sending your team out to the luxury shoots, or are only you doing those?
Once they're qualified to do it, yeah. In the beginning it's the core premium shoots, they need to make their mistakes, and then once I can see they develop that eye, they know what I mean by when I say you need to capture those moments, you need to find those lifestyle moments and things like that, and I can see them asking the right questions. Then I'll give them the opportunity, probably on a shoot that I already did, so I can see how they
Hmm.
approach it, right? And then after that, once they've kind of done that and I've given the check off of it, then I'll let them go on an actual job and have them do it. And usually that process works pretty good for them to develop that skill set.
Well, so that is, I mean, that sounds like hard because one of we struggle with training our photographers and getting them, even just for the core stuff, which is, I mean, that's kind of really all we do at this point. I mean, we shoot luxury properties and we certainly sometimes go a little more editorial, but we're not really marketing ourselves in that way. Um, but I can't imagine how long that process must take to get a new photographer up to speed to do luxury. I mean,
So the photographers that I find, believe it or not, have no skill
yeah.
except for having the passion to want to take photos. The reason
Hmm.
why I look for that, and I specifically look for that, is because I want to mold them into what I want them to be. Sometimes, and it's not all the cases, when you bring on somebody who has a lot of experience, they have a lot of bad habits or set in their ways, and it's hard for them to break that.
Hmm.
So typically, I like to find people. Most of the time, like off of Instagram, I'll look at their stuff, and I don't care if you're out there taking the beach photos with the mirror ball
Hmm.
reflection. Like I
Yeah.
just want to know that you have some type of passion and creativity for
Hmm.
creating art, right? And then from
Hmm.
there, I can build you up because I have a business, meaning it's not just myself, that I have a team. I've realized over time that policies and procedures have to be implemented so that you can build these people up who have no skill to something that's top tier, right?
Right. Right.
So as far as time, most of the time, I think within a month to 2 months, they're ready to go. As far
Wow.
as being able to shoot from nothing to out there shooting for my clients. But for luxury, I would say maybe another 1 or 2 months after that, because I
Hmm.
need them to make those mistakes. It's part of the business plan.
Of
They
course.
have to make the mistakes so that they can see, oh, why. And I explain to them, like why you shouldn't be doing this. It always happens when I say, oh, grab the detail shots. And what do they do?
Hmm.
They'll go and get a backsplash of the kitchen, but they don't incorporate the space at all. It's just like the
Right.
texture, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
these are all learning curves that we all go through. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it works out in the end.
yeah. At my daughter's school, they tell them that mistakes are just an opportunity to learn.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've learned a lot in my life.
I'm sure. Me too.
All right. Well, so how big is your team?
So right now I have myself, one other shooter, and one who does 3D. So
Uh,
it's a two-person team, which is it's good enough. I pretty much handle the bigger projects, and my
sure.
second person, they can do the bigger projects, but I let them take over the overflow and whatnot.
Hmm. Hmm. And then yeah, 3D. That's a different. That's a whole different ball game too. So
Yeah, because with
you're not
3D,
out there,
I actually have a couple of people I can call for 3D
right?
because it's not really any skill. It's just this is what you
Yes.
button you push, this is
Hmm.
how far you move. Once you
Yeah.
kind of get it, you get it.
Yeah.
There's training on 3D. It could be like in a week. Like
Right.
they'll be
Oh
ready to
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's we always start people on the 3D
Yeah,
because even on the 3D you can still use some of the principles of like you kind of want to do scans where you would normally put the camera.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
so I think
Exactly.
there certainly is a value in doing that. um
Hmm.
and then what about, so we talked a bit, I think, with Chris Stacy on here, and someone else, I can't remember right at the second, about, kind of the luxury video side of
Hmm.
things. And so, are you offering video? And if so, and if not, like, how is that, how's the luxury video market different than the photography market?
Well, in Vegas, video is a big thing, and I did offer luxury video in the beginning, and that was full productions. I'm talking about like 4-man team. We'd have the jibs and
Mm-hmm.
the dollies and cranes and everything, like the full production, and I did it, and it was good, and it was good money. But the thing with video for me, this is just for me,
Mm-hmm.
is the turnaround was always long. Meaning, you'd shoot this 14,000 square foot home, right? You put it to
Yeah.
music, and it's all like looks great. You send it to your client, like, hey, can you change the music track? Oh God, and I'm very musically inclined, so I like it to go with the beat and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
So that means I have to redo it,
Yeah.
hoping, obviously if I get back into it again, I'd have a different approach to it. But yeah, now I'm just strictly photography. Like I took video off from my services, and it doesn't hurt me. Like I think because my photography is at the level where clients are like, it's okay, I'll just grab you for photography, and I'll find someone else for video,
Right.
because they like the photos I'm creating. So I will bring video back, but I'm gonna have it streamlined where it's like, this is what I'm gonna do. It's not this full day affair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in and out of there kind of quick. I know from experience, what are the money shots and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll put something together nice and easy with a quick turnaround. But what I was doing before, I'm not going to ever do that again. Like these full multiple day
Yeah.
affairs, like as much as the money is good, but man, it literally, you're breaking your back, like
Yeah.
physically.
Yeah.
It's
No,
not easy
it's,
work. Video is tough.
yeah, no, it is. It is. And so and we've, for a long time now, taken the simple approach of like, hey, we're just doing these short videos for social media,
Yeah.
use a lot of drone. And now, of course, we've, as our listeners know, we're shooting everything on iPhone,
Mm.
on our video. And that just makes the process even a little bit easier and more streamlined. So
Yeah, I
it's,
mean, look, if
yeah.
you have a good sense of composition and
Mm-hmm.
you can get some amazing shots. And I mean, look, the quality of these phones are amazing. Like
Yeah.
give it a good subject, and you can make anything look good.
No, I mean, honestly, it's better. Like we were just talking about it, I think a couple episodes ago, we were doing, especially in a low light situation and, trying to bring in the views and whatever. It was just like the iPhone just destroyed the Sony. I mean, just like
Oh wow, yeah,
it wasn't even close in terms
right.
of the dynamic range and just like, oh,
And it's
okay.
only going to get better from here. So
Yeah,
just
exactly.
imagine
Yeah.
that.
We don't even have the 16 yet. So,
Right.
um well, yeah, yeah, and that's how I always think about it too, that the high end video is just a total freaking pain in the ass. And it really has to be worth it. And even when you're getting $3, $4, $5,000 for a video, man, it just, at the end of the day, it can just be like, oh boy, I don't know if that was worth it.
Yeah, and look, don't get me wrong. Like video, there's a big market for it. You'll make a
Of
lot of
course.
money off of it, but you got to have the energy for it and the stamina for it. Because it's not as easy as I think video is actually harder than photography. So photography, there's a lot more time involved as far as getting. I'm sorry, video. There's a lot more involved as far as like yourself physically and mentally trying to be there, because you want that same energy what you're capturing to be shown in that video. So if you start off the day with high energy, and at the end of the day you're still filming and you're low energy, that can reflect in your actual
Right.
your video. Your shots are like, what happened? Like it was like these nice shots, and now it's like quick, like
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, well, whew, that's even goes through that same thing is true in podcasting. I'll start out the episode really strong, and then by the end, I'm tired. So I think to mitigate that, let's take a little break, because I should rest up, maybe have a beverage, and then we'll talk a little social media, and then we're going to come back. And I know you're doing the workshop, so I want to hear a bit more about that, and I also want to talk to you about how what you've been doing with PMRE, and kind of as a Las Vegas resident, kind of your view on what's going to be happening out there. And then, of course, we're going to end this thing with action items. All right, we'll be right back. All right, social media sidebar. Let's all give Upmarket Pod a follow across all social media, and rate, review, subscribe, on your podcast app of choice. And please, check out our YouTube channel. You can see there's a couple in this particular episode, a couple handsome guys just chatting away. I mean, you might want to look at that. Fraser, where can we find you on social media?
Just my name, Fraser Almeida. Just look me up. That's
Mm-hmm.
where I usually have all my photos, videos, all the personal stuff I do too. So,
Right. Well, you're a big dancer. I've noticed
all
on your
right,
social media. Well,
right.
well, right. Yes. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's just dancing is so salsa dancing is something I've been into for maybe the past 20 years now.
Oh, wow.
I've always been a dancer as a kid, and just it's another form of expression and being artistic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm very musically inclined, so I like to listen and dance to things that I enjoy. And salsa, I just gravitated towards that many years ago, and yeah, now I'm performing, teaching, all that kind of stuff. But it's just a passion, a hobby. It's not a career. I just love it. Just it's a form
Mm-hmm.
of expression that I love. I connect to that music.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's yeah. There's a lot of great videos of you. Just like you got the smooth moves.
took some hard work to get that.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, you probably have a natural ability because I have zero natural ability. I don't think I could ever dance as well as you do. Um, and so, do you have like a concentrated like social media strategy for your business, or just kind of just post these houses every so often? And
Well, with social media, the biggest thing that I see, like between me and like other people who are in this field, whether you're a core real estate shooter or high end or whatever, my thing is like I still want them to know about me and know who I am versus just only my work that I put out there, which I do share my work out there and I do share like that so people can see like what I do, what's my bread and butter. But I also think like sharing a little bit about yourself helps to establish you from everybody else out there who does that same exact approach. A perfect example, I was at a shoot for a high rise condo the other day, and I'm waiting for the elevators to open up, and all of a sudden, two people walk out and I'm walking in and I hear, "Are you Fraser?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I follow you on social media." I was like, "Oh, wow, cool." And then we exchange information and she's like, "Yeah, I'm actually here with my architect client. We're looking at the unit, and actually I was gonna refer him to you." So we exchanged contacts right then and there. And the whole point of this story is like, had not put myself out there, like meaning my own even face, nobody would have known that those people walking out that elevator would never have stopped me, right? Like, so putting yourself out there a little bit at least lets people recognize you out in public or whatever,
mm-hmm.
in your own environment.
Yeah, yeah, I don't get stopped anywhere. Because I don't. I mean, yeah. So that's all right. That's all right. But maybe someday I'll get as famous as you. I got to put myself on the social media a little more. Although now we're doing all these reels anyway. Whatever. Well, look, and social media it can benefit us in any number of ways, and so that's pretty great. All right, let's talk a bit more with Fraser Almeida of Luxury Homes Photography in Las Vegas, Nevada. And so, Fraser, well, let's talk workshop first a little bit. So, you WTF, Wayne, Tony, and Fraser. I like the acronym there. That's really good. You guys have been doing together some luxury workshops. You've done it at PMRE a couple of years, and then you did one out in California, out here, I believe, this year as
In
well.
Carmel, yeah.
Yeah. So what's the gist of your workshop, and why would someone maybe want to check it out?
Well, I mean, for the workshop in November at PMRE, it's primarily for those who want to transition into luxury. So if you're a core shooter and you want to develop those skills and you want to be able to know, how do I elevate my photography, or how do I attract those clientele? How do I market my business? Pricing, editing, like everything is covered in this 2-day workshop. Like we put some time and thought into every
Mm-hmm.
single point we bring out, and usually like, man, I mean, the people that have come to the workshop, their game has elevated so much. Like the Daves, the Cheyennes, all these people, the
Mm-hmm.
Cindy's. Like it's so cool to see how they've incorporated the teachings, and for anybody out there who's just like they're ready to take it to the next level. Or forget it. Even if you don't want to go to luxury, it's okay. You can stay in your market and do the homes you're doing. But having that edge, remember, like it's a competitive field, and you got to have that edge so you're not looking like everybody else. And this workshop gives you that edge that you need to succeed in that environment.
Well, and so I've seen so a lot. There's like some. It's a 2-day workshop, right? Unlike any of
Hmm.
most of the other workshops are 1-day jobs. But it involves, from what I've seen on social media, I haven't taken it because I don't shoot anything. But there's some classroom learning, and then there's
Hmm.
hands-on learning out at a house, right?
Correct. Yeah, we do a morning session, which is a classroom, and then the afternoon we go to the home and we do our approach, how each myself, Wayne, and Tony would shoot the spaces, so you can actually physically see us doing it, and then also we'll be shadowing and helping everybody to shoot their photos and whatnot. And then on the first day we'll actually do a full twilight shoot, so you can see
Mm.
my approach on shooting and lighting a twilight. Because I do a little bit different. It's not just ambient. I incorporate lighting and whatnot. So and that's the first day. Second day, we're back to the classroom again in the morning, and then we finish off at the another home, and we'll do the same thing and get to show you guys. And the second day is more about the students getting to have the time to get those portfolio pieces, and we'll be around helping and assisting them.
Hmm.
And then coming back to the classroom to wrap it up, talking about pricing, marketing, and just
Hmm.
closing out the show. So.
Right. So yeah, so there is a business element to it as well. It's not
Oh,
just yeah, yeah.
the business element is huge. I'm talking
Right.
about like the psychology side of it, the
Hmm.
mindset, the what to do, like all this stuff. I had to learn and make those mistakes. Like you're getting the gold of what this is exactly what you need to do to succeed in your market.
Right. Oh no, that's great. So I really appreciate that because I mean we all struggle with pricing and especially I think when you're trying to differentiate these kind of tiers of product. I mean, it sounds like you have something that really works for you and I don't know, like for our business, I know for sure that wouldn't work because it's just like we're not approaching it that way. But I do think it's an interesting angle, especially if you're a little bit more and I imagine as with luxury in your name, you just kind of naturally end up being more of a boutique operation, right?
Hmm.
And people are gonna that exudes off of that name, right? People are gonna kind of expect that when they're calling you.
Right, right. Yeah, and my clientele, like it's pretty much like I said, most of it's all luxury clients. Like I work with some of the top luxury brokers and agents here in town, but I do have a good set of core clients too who they don't do like $1 million homes, but they're doing like five, six to 800, and those are
Mm-hmm.
like what I consider like the base, not basic, but like mid tier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those still look good. Like you can, it's not about, we always talk about luxury and this and that, but it's not about shooting the price point. It's still delivering a
Mm-hmm.
luxury service regardless of the home. Like I don't
Right.
care how basic a home is, I'm still going to deliver a luxury service to my client.
Well, and I think there's actually value in that you can bring because we always one of the things I do talk about in terms of like how our photography does it help agents out is I say, there's often these homes that are on the low end, they're fixers or they're a grandma home or whatever. And an agent, I've had so many over the years, so many say, I don't even know. I don't even think I'm going to even do photos on this one. It's such a bad house. I said, just get us out there. We'll see. And they end up doing it. And then they're like, oh my God, I'm so glad I did it. You guys just made it look so great. And again, and it's not about like, making it seem like something that it's not, but just making it look like the best version of what it is. And I actually think there's value in that. And that's what we're always preaching to our clients as well about what are the packages that you're doing on your homes is that there's value in treating the lesser homes as a luxury product because
Hmm.
and it goes back to again the agents are selling themselves, it's less about the house. So I'm always talking about, well, when you have just that basic starter home, do that full package. It sets you apart in that marketplace and it shows your clients that you care about the
Yeah.
marketing of the
Yeah. I
property.
mean, I tell my clients all the time, like when they're on the fence like that, I tell them, look, what do you want your potential clients to know you for? The person who does cell phone photos or whatever, or the person who takes the time, it doesn't matter if it's a luxury home or a regular home, to still deliver a good product to their client, because then it's like, look what they did for my home. Like, wow, then you get the bragging rights. They're going to refer you the hell out of you, like. And
Mhm.
do you want to be known as someone who does a poor job for your clients, or you want to be known for doing a great job, right? And just by whether it doesn't matter if you get a basic package or a premium package, even the basic, it's still going to set yourself apart from just going out there with a cell phone and doing it yourself,
Right.
or whatever. You know, like it's all about your brand and image, especially for us as photographers and our clients who are the agents and whatnot.
Right, right, right. Well, let's switch gears just a little bit, and I do want to talk about, because I know, because you're in Las Vegas, and I know you've had a close relationship with Brandon Cooper, who's the the mastermind of PMRE conference. I think you've been a real asset to Brandon, and have helped in numerous ways over the years, not just doing these workshops, but like what did you do? Because I know there's this big dramatic move to the Palms this year, and I know you were helping to create some of that content, right? That they've been using to market.
Yeah, yeah. So when we found out about Palms, obviously Brandon wanted to capitalize and capture as much as possible. So myself, Devin, and Brandon, we set up a day to pretty much have access to the whole space. So Devin did the filming. We got rights for
Mm-hmm.
aerial, because of the Part 107, all that kind of stuff. So it was a
Mm-hmm.
whole bunch of back and forth. But we got the aerial content done, and then I took care of the ground photography. So the venue itself, I went in there and I had full reign to just have it empty and just go in, get a whole bunch of shots of that, and actually really really liked it. We got the PMRE logos up on
Mm-hmm.
all the screens, and man, it was a really really cool vibe. Like I can't wait for everybody to see this place. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, and I yeah, and again, no shade on the South Point, but I think everyone is pretty stoked for the change. And then I mean, did you kind of sit on Brandon's, little birdie on Brandon's shoulder, and direct him to Palms, or you think he found that on his own, or
Oh
like
no, Brandon's the genius for that. Like he definitely takes his time to look everywhere. And I'm not talking about Vegas. I'm talking about all over the country. Like he's looking for the best experience for
Mhm.
the PMRE, and it was originally obviously South Point, but Palms is the next location, and he did a great job. I think the venue is great. It's a lot more friendlier. I mean, I know some of the complaints before were smoking at the
Yeah,
South
of
Point.
course.
Like Palms, you don't have to worry about that. It's a lot more cleaner over there. The vibe is just completely different. It's a lot more upscale. Everybody's gonna have a great time there.
Yeah. Well, so what is it? So what is it like living in Las Vegas, right? So most of us just like visit there, and I kind of think it's like the town I live in is a little bit of a tourist town, but not even remotely close to the scale of Las Vegas. So what is that like in the day to day? How much are you ever going to the casinos, or to kind of experience the Las Vegas that we all know as
Yeah.
tourists?
Yeah, well, I mean, thank God for me, I'm not a gambler because
Yeah. Right.
that would really suck,
Yeah.
living here. But for me, I mean, the Strip. If I ever go to the Strip on my own, it's usually for like shows and concerts
Mm-hmm.
and things like that, right?
Sure.
That experience sometimes really nice restaurants, and then obviously because I shoot a lot of the high-rise penthouses, I'm there a lot because of that. So I'm always on the Strip, but mainly because I'm shooting those penthouses on the Strip. Other than that, like I don't find myself really going to the Strip. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
done
Sure.
obviously I've been here all my life, so I've seen everything. But
Mm-hmm.
besides that, I know Vegas is known for the Strip, but there's a whole other side to Vegas.
Sure.
There's a community element. There's a lot of things for families and stuff. But Vegas is just what we're known for. But there's a lot more to it than just that.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I mean, you go to your salsa club. I mean, there's got to be. I mean, it's a city of what, 1 million people, right? I mean, there's got to
Hmm.
be other stuff going on. Um,
And it's just getting more filled. Like they just tore down the Tropicana Casino because they're going to build a new baseball stadium. So we have an NHL team, we have a football team, now a
right.
baseball team. So I mean, it's just Vegas is growing like crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, which it probably presents a lot of opportunity for a real estate photographer.
Of course,
I,
yeah.
I would imagine.
There's plenty of pie out there for everybody that wants to get into this field out here in Vegas. Lots of people to work for.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then okay, Fraser, I'm really going to get into territory here where I'm uncomfortable. But I think you're going to be comfortable, and I know a lot of our listeners are interested in this stuff. If you're doing luxury, are you just using the regular old gear? I mean, what gear are you using? Let's do a little bit of gear talk. I'm gonna, what's your kit look like?
So it depends on. So with luxury, you have the ability to not only make money from the actual shoot for your client, but because of the luxury finishings and the uniqueness of these homes, you also have the ability to transition into the more architecture and licensing side of things and sell the photography. That being said, when I know that I have a home that has potential for that, I'm usually shooting with the 5 DSR. That's like a big high megapixel camera. But for the core day to day regular stuff, 5D Mark IV is plenty. That does a
Mm-hmm.
great job to do what it needs to do to capture stuff for my clients. But I mean, between the high quality, whether if I'm doing A&D work, architecture design,
Mm-hmm.
5 DSR, and if I'm doing high end luxury that I know potentially could be, I can license some of these photos, 5 DSR. But for everything else, 5D Mark IV, and that works just as great.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then what does your lighting kit look like?
So I'm shooting with I have a 300 and a 600 watt light. So pretty much the 300 from what I've seen does a pretty good job, but the 600, because of luxury homes, how big they are, and like sometimes you got like
Mm-hmm.
huge vaulted
Right.
ceilings,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you can't bounce off that, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
um the 600 in certain situations will do that job, but for the most of the time, most homes, a 300 watt, like, does a really good job. Like you can get away with that really
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm. And then yeah, and then do you have? And then are you using a high end drone? I mean, I assuming you're doing aerial imagery as
Hmm.
well,
So
right?
I do have the Inspire 2,
Mm-hmm.
but that's actually collecting dust right now. Ever since I
Uh-oh.
got the
Mm-hmm.
Mavic Pro, I love the compact size of that. You in and out of there quick. I remember with the Inspire, it was like open it up, put the blades on. It just took like so long. Like the Inspire, in Mavic, I'm in and out, and the quality is great. Like the photos
Mm-hmm.
look really really good. Like the Inspire, I got that when I was doing a lot more video because of
Mm-hmm.
I could change the focal length and get more
Right.
like bokeh and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I got the Inspire. But really, like for even luxury now, like I rarely take that out. It's primarily with the Mavic.
Mm-hmm. Um, okay, well, Fraser, that's enough gear talk. That's way more than I can handle. So I think it is just time. Let's do some action items. Let's end this thing on a high note. And I'm gonna go first because I have a bit of a silly one, but it's a bit of a challenge to myself as well. Because I found myself in this episode being inspired. We talked a little bit in the social media sidebar, I think, about um, your dancing. And so I'm gonna do an action item because I'm on a mental health journey right now. So I think I need to be thinking about ways to have better mental health, and I think maybe uh, dancing could be part of that. Maybe I don't have to go to a class, but maybe just have a moment. Maybe you just dance in your house, or maybe you're out in public. Maybe it's with a partner or just by yourself. Maybe do a dance. Maybe that will help you feel better because I'm all about right now feeling better.
Well, I'll tell you what. So with dancing, whether well, primarily taking group lessons and things like that to actually learn a dance, I tell everybody, if you're going through hard times in your life, if you just got out of a breakup, a divorce, or whatever it is, and you just in a rut and you just need something to just boost you up, go to a dance class. Two things: one, it's something new. It's great for your mental health, and also the network of people you meet there. Like some of my closest friends are through dance, and I never and it was because of dance I met them.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just meet these amazing people, and it helps your social life. Like it really does. Like so if anybody out there is in a bad spot, just go to a dance class. It doesn't have to be salsa. It could be line dancing, it could be swing, it could be country, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. But just go to it. I promise you'll thank me later.
All right. Well, my action item resonated with you. I like that. All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Well, okay, Fraser, let's hear yours.
I actually have two. So
Oh. Oh.
um the first one is accountability, right? So I think a
Okay.
lot of people in this industry, a lot of us live in a bubble, right? We think we're the king of the hill or queen of the hill, and we think that our photos are the best out there and no one's going
Mm-hmm.
to beat us, right?
Yeah. Of
But
course.
that's not the truth. The reality is that there's a lot of competition out there, and we got to make sure that we're always up to par for our clients, doing a good job, and that our clients are happy. That being said, what I do on every single shoot, every invoice that goes out after the clients receive the photos, they get a questionnaire that says, rate your experience with me from 1 to 10. Um, how good was that? Whether it's a
Mm-hmm.
9, a 10, it could be a 1, it could be a 3, whatever, right? But that tells me that their experience just working with me or my team. Two, they also have a description box. Can you write a little bit about that experience? That keeps me accountable and my team accountable, so that every single shot we should be on our every single shoot we should be on our A game. We got to make sure that we don't ever um, come in there with a bad mindset, doing a poor job, being running in and out. I remember one of we had a score of a 7 one year from one of my earlier
Mm.
teammates, and the client complained that he did a great job, the photos look good, but he didn't even like say hello. I opened the door and he just started shooting. And it's like,
Mm.
those are
Mm-hmm.
all like little things we
Sure.
have to be aware of, like slow down, like talk to your client, get some feedback, so, and it could be whatever. It could be that, it could be we did a bad job. Maybe the photos didn't do good. Maybe my teammate member showed up late to the property.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we hold ourselves accountable individually or as a team, so that we're always delivering good stuff. Because even though they're complaining, but it's how we respond to that counts. And I've had many times where a client was disappointed, but because of my response and how I handled it, they
Mm-hmm.
actually are still with me today, right? So
Sure.
accountability is one. Two, um, because of a lot of real estate shooters out there, you'll be in a market where you might be with another 10 to 20 other shooters out there, right? And let's just say, like I said earlier, those same 10 to 20 shooters are sending all their work out to the same editor, which means that everybody's work
Mm-hmm.
and photos look exactly the same as far as they edit.
Right.
So what I would say is, if you're going to do that and you don't want to edit yourself, that's fine. Either one, find an editor who can develop a certain style for you, or two, then at least at the core fundamental, have your compositions to the point where at least your compositions can speak that you are different from everybody else, right? So you're looking for, even on your regular core shoots, not just documenting the space, but you're looking for those other moments to capitalize on the feeling and the mood and the lifestyle, right? Like, capitalize on those compositions so that you can at least at the bare minimum separate yourself from all your competition.
Hey, there you go. Boom. Two good ones. Fraser, thank you very much. I'm excited to see you. It's coming up soon. PMRE at the Palms. You can still get tickets, and I'm telling you again, you can still get rooms at the Palms. The rates aren't guaranteed, but you can find it. And right across the street is the Rio, which I know is having great rates and has just been remodeled. So do not let that stop you from coming, because you want to meet this guy. You want to meet Fraser. You want to get the upmarket swag. Thank you, Fraser, so much for being on, and thank you to our listeners. Thank you as always for listening. We'll see you soon, Fraser.
All right, take care.
All right, bye.
Well, that's it. I hope you guys all enjoyed this interview. Even though this was recorded a little while ago, I'm still applying many of these things today as we speak. I think the only really big thing that has changed is my camera. I'm not really shooting DSLR anymore. I've upgraded to mirrorless. Right now, my main camera body is the Canon R5, but I still have my Canon 5DSR and Canon 5D Mark IV as backups, just in case if I need it. And let me know your thoughts. Put it in the comments. What did you find helpful that you guys might be able to apply to your own business, whether it's pricing, shooting, any other things that we discussed. I love to read them and reply to all your comments. Well, thanks again, everybody, for watching this video. Remember, keep on shooting. I'll see you next time.